What's going on, guys? It's Rampage once again. Now this video will just be briefly showing you guys how I overclocked my Intel i5-2500K to 4.5 GHz on the Asrock Z77 Extreme 6 motherboard. So basically, to get into your BIOS, you want to spam delete or F2, whichever suits your fancy. Now if you want to know how to get rid of the shared memory and stuff, I can make a quick video on that, or just add it at the end of this video. But one thing to point out straight away is don't update your BIOS to 2.70, because I found for some reason, or 2.60 or 2.70, because I found that both of those updates don't allow me to overclock to 4.5 GHz, or with my overclock. So I just reflashed to 2.40 and it seems to be pretty stable. So basically this is what I've done. Hopefully you can actually see that. I've changed the CPU ratio to all core 45, which gives me a 4500 MHz overclock or 4.5 GHz. Now I've disabled spread spectrum, kept everything else on auto or enabled, and I haven't overclocked my memory because for some reason it crashes. Alright, so now with the good stuff. Now with the CPU voltage, I've set that to offset mode and plus 0.020. Now if you are finding that your overclock for some reason doesn't want to boot or anything like that, I would probably, if it doesn't boot, that means you don't have enough voltage. So go up by 0.005 volts. So you'd go up to 0.025, see if you can boot that way. Now if you can boot, but your system is blue screening, then you'd probably have to go up a little bit more. But I found that plus 0.020 volts is the perfect range, more or less. Now I can go lower than that, but it doesn't pass Intel burn test. It freezes and then crashes my computer with a blue screen. So yeah, anyway, you want to put your CPU load line calibration to level 5. Even if it does say level 5 at default, just put it to level 5. And basically everything else is on auto except CPU PLL voltage. That is set to 1.791 sorry, 1.791 volts. And yeah, you can just quickly save that to just test your overclock, pardon me. And then if you want to do more testing and whatnot, that's up to you. But you can try without changing this CPU PLL voltage, but remember what the actual default is. I think it's like 1.832 or something like that. But yeah, if you can't boot with these settings, or you fail in Intel burn test or any sort of benchmark program on your CPU, then you want to try and either lower this voltage or make it higher. But I would suggest not to go higher than, plus 0.050 volts, because at that point you'll probably be putting around 3.6 volts through your CPU, and you don't really want to go that high for a 4.5 GHz overclock. Now my CPU voltage I think is around 3.4 anyway, or 3.2 or something like that. So that is the perfect range for this overclock, I found. Now I can try to go lower than that, but the system crashes. I'll just quickly show you that I've got all my C states on, all the CPU throttling and all this stuff enabled, so I haven't changed any of this stuff. Now if you find that that's how you like to overclock, that's completely up to you, but I don't want to change any of this stuff because it actually prevents or protects my CPU from actually damaging itself. The system will turn off if it gets to either really hot or just something doesn't work properly. It'll shut off the computer. And yeah, that's basically it. I'll just quickly show you, as I said before, how to disable your integrated graphics chip, which will enable shared memory and stuff like that to the integrated graphics chip. I found that chip thing to be really irritating, so I just found out that iGPU multi-monitor, just switch that to disabled. Doesn't matter what your shared memory is, it'll automatically go to off. As you can see here, I am using total memory of 8,192 megabytes, which is 8 gigs of RAM. Now you want to basically just save changes and exit. So as I said before, this is how I got my CPU to be stable, or my overclock to be stable. Remember, either lower the voltage on the CPU voltage or make it more. Now, it's completely up to you on how low you go or how high you go, but just remember, if you go any more than plus 0.050, then you're probably gonna slowly burn out your CPU. And yeah, that's pretty much the only thing that I can say. Yeah, I'll just wait for it to boot, and I'll quickly do a Intel burn test, like for 2 passes or 1 pass or something real quick on a standard profile. But this is how I overclock. Now, I don't like testing my system for 24 hours and stuff. If it passes 10 passes in Intel burn test and doesn't freeze while I'm gaming or freeze while I'm doing anything else, then I consider that stable. So I'm not one of those guys that go, oh, your overclock's not stable if you haven't, done 24-hour testing or 12-hour testing. I just find that's ridiculous, because any of these programs, such as Intel Burn Test or Prime 95, they both use unrealistic loads to determine errors. So if you're getting errors while doing this, then that's when you have problems. If you're running Intel Burn Test or Prime 95 and your computer either blue screens or whatever, then yeah, that's not good. So I'll just quickly do 1 pass. It shouldn't take too long. Hopefully you guys can see the results. So yeah, I'm just doing 1 pass on standard stress level. There you go, it's completed. Took 12 seconds. There's the results. 1.8 speed, gigaflops or whatever. So yeah, that's basically how I overclock, guys. I don't know whether this will work for you, but if it does not work for you, please leave your details, like your system details or specs, in the comment section below, or even PM me so I can actually try and help you guys fix your overclock or try to get it more stable than it currently is. But yeah, this is how I overclock, and it's gone pretty well. I haven't completely screwed up my system, as far as I know anyway. But yeah, I don't see any blue screens, any freezes or anything like that during gameplay, or even just while system is in use. So I'll just quickly show you CPU ID, that my actual overclock is currently on, and I'm not sort of lying to you. But okay, I'll just quickly start the test. Hopefully it doesn't blue screen while I'm running both these programs, because it used to. So there you go. As you can see right there, my voltage is 1.304 volts or 1.296, and there you go. You can see the overclock and the final results. So I hope this has helped you in overclocking anything. But yeah, leave your system specs in the comment section below, or PM me, and I'll try and help you guys out if you haven't actually been able to find a stable voltage or just been able to get a stable overclock. But yeah, again, my name is Rampage. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe for more gaming videos, and in the future, hopefully PC related videos. Peace out.